Hi traders, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through how to download Metatrader 4, how we open a demo account on the Metatrader 4 platform, and then just some tips and tricks that you can use and where to find different things within the Metatrader 4 platform. My name's John, I'm the Senior Market Analyst here at Blueberry Markets, and I'm going to take you through this guide. So first things first, you want to set up a Blueberry Markets trading account, whether that be a live trading account or whether that be a demo account. You can do that by going to the blueberrymarkets.com website, and here it says trading is better with Blueberry Markets, and underneath there we've got two buttons. We've got create live account or open a demo account. You want to click on one of these, and if you want to do this free, then you open a demo account, and then you can go through the process of getting accepted. Now, once you are accepted and you pass the criteria to get an account, you will have a Blueberry Markets client portal. So you want to log into that. The way you can do that is going into this page here. It says client portal. Just click onto that and it will bring you to a page where you need to sign in. Once you've signed in, this is the page that you should see. So you can see here, I've got trading platforms here, but also I've got platforms down the side. Doesn't matter where we click this. You can either click it on the platforms here or the trading platforms here. So I'm going to click it over here, and it should just bring us onto the Metatrader 4 page and the platforms page. And you can see it's here tabbed over on the left hand side. So we've got Metatrader 4, Metatrader 5, or the web trader. I'm going to be downloading Metatrader 4 today because that's what this tutorial is on. And you have different ways of downloading it. You can download it to PC, Mac, Android, or iPhone. I'm using a PC, so I'm just going to click that, and you'll see that I've got the setup appeared in the corner there. What we're going to do is click on that setup. You'll get a little box. You just need to click yes, and then you'll get this pop up as well. It's just the license agreement, the end user agreement, and all we need to do is click next, and you'll see that it has the Blueberry Markets logo here. So here we go. All I need to do now is click finish. Now once I do that, it's going to open up into the MQL5 page. So if you have a login, then you can log into that. So once we have gone through the process of downloading the Metatrader 4 platform, you accept it and you open it up, this is what we should be met with. So you can see it says open an account, trading servers. So this is either a way to do this as well. I'm going to open a demo account using here because I already have trading accounts, so I don't need to log into anything, but I'm going to show you a way of how you can use the Blueberry Markets platform to open another account as well. So let's say you have here and you want to open a demo account. I can just click next. Here is where you will be looking at logging into your previous demo account that you created recently when you went onto the website, or you can select a new demo account as well. Maybe you're testing something that you want on a different demo account. You can do that as well. If you have login details, just click existing trade account, type in your login details and your password and click next. I haven't got one, so I'm going to go new demo account here. I put test account in here, and I'm just going to change the account type to pounds as I'm based in the UK, and I'm going to put this down to sort of a 1/100 leverage. You want to enter some details here as well, like your email and your phone number as well, but I've just blurred that out. You can then click I agree to subscribe to your newsletters, click next, and you can see it gives me a login password and a investor password. And you can see that happened pretty quickly. All I need to do then is click finish, and you can see that Metatrader 4 then logs us in. We get various different notifications that come at the bottom of the screen. You can see down here new account information and things like that. So you have your demo account now, and this is the Metatrader platform. I'm just going to show you where everything is now and how you can kind of set up your charts the way you want them. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show you where your trade account is. So if you look at the left bottom of the screen, you can see we've got the terminal down here, and if you go over to the trade tab, this is going to be where your account value is, so that you can see it says 10,000 US dollars there. Your exposure, your account history as well. So this every trade you take or every trade that you open will be in this account history area. You've also got the market area as well if you want to add any kind of different types of indicators that aren't in the Metatrader 4 platform. On the left hand side, you see we've got the navigator. This is where we have things like our accounts. It also has indicators here, and it also has sort of expert advisors and scripts. And then we have the market watch area. Now, if these aren't open, I'm just going to X these off and just show you. If these aren't open when you first come to Metatrader 4, really simple to reopen them. You just need to go up to view, and you can see here it says market watch. Once we click on that, it'll open it here. Again, just go to view, navigator, there's the navigator, and if I go to view and go down to terminal, it'll bring the bottom box up, and you can keep that on there as much as you like. I like to keep the sort of market watch and my terminal here. It shows my open positions in the market. Also, I can see markets that are available to me on this side here. Now you can see there's only a handful of markets there. What we want to do is right click into this area and click show all. This is going to open all of our area up. So I'm just going to open that market watch up a little bit so you can see all the available markets for us to trade with on this demo account here. So we've got gold, silver, dollar yen for instance, and these are all our markets. Now what I would suggest that you do is you right click and you come down to spread, because that will show you the spreads within the market here as well. So we can see that currently dollar yen is around about 1.3 pips on this demo account. Okay, so that's how you can kind of view the market watch. So let's say you've got your market watch here, you want to open up a chart. So we can see we've got charts here already, but let's say I want an Aussie yen chart. I can right click on that, click chart window, and it will bring it up into this main area here. I can maximize that so I've got the full chart on the screen. If you wanted to change that, you can click and drag over, and that will change that chart for you. Okay, just remember though that if you do have any kind of analysis on the chart, sometimes it can be lost if you do it this way. It's better to have them open as tabs at the bottom of the screen. So if you want to open a new chart manually without having to use the market watch, go to file, new chart. It'll give you sort of your popular ones at the top, but then you've got the different categories here that you can choose from. So you've got your forex indexes, your CFDs, metals and things like that, and even some cryptos available to you. At the top here we've got our toolbar, so I'm actually just going to move these about. So you see these little kind of dotted lines here that allows you to move the toolbar around, or the different elements of the toolbar. I'm doing that because it just expands the sort of area of your chart. So basically what you've got here are just quick fire buttons to different areas. So create a new chart, so if I click on that, it just gives you to where you can click file. This one here is profiles. So profiles is a little bit different. Let's say that you just had your major currency pairs in a profile. So what we would do is we would open the major currency pairs as tabbed charts here. So what you want to do is go to profiles, click save profile as, and here you can see there's some examples here. So if I was just to click on the British pound example here, it brings up 3 charts of cable. Again, you can come down to euro, it'll bring up 3 charts of euro. But let's say, like I said, you wanted to have multiple different charts with regards to your major currency pairs. You can just add them into that, and when you open that profile up, it will bring that in. So that's what you can do as a profile. This is your market watch tab. So again, if you click on that, you've got your market watch, your data window, and your navigator. Also your terminal, there is a little quick button that you can look for. Making orders is really easy as well, but I'll come on to that in a little bit. First of all, I want to show you how you can set up your charts and how you can set up a profile. So let's do that using this euro area here. Let's say we don't really necessarily want euro dollar 4 times. We want all the euro pairs, let's say. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to X off these charts and just keep euro US dollar here. So this is the only chart we have available right now, because you can see at the bottom there is no other ones that we've chosen yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to euro pair. So I can see here euro Aussie. I'm going to right click, click chart window, and you can see now at the bottom here I've got euro dollar and euro Oz. I'm just going to do the same for euro CAD, euro pound, euro Swiss, euro yen, and euro Kiwi. You can add others in there if you wish to do so, but this is my sort of euro market pairs here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up a little sort of chart, how I want it to look. Essentially, I want to have it looking like what I'd usually use. I don't really need MACD, stochastic, RSI and things like that. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to go right click, I'm going to come down to properties, and I'm going to change the color scheme here. Okay, so essentially what we've got at the moment is a black background, white foreground and a grid and things like that. I'm going to change that. So let's say we want something a little bit different. We want sort of a white background. We can do that. The foreground, then I would change to black. You can see you get an example chart here, so you can play around with the colors that you want to use. For bar up and bar down, I'm just going to keep as black. Okay, that is essentially the outline of the candlesticks. Okay, and the bullish candle I'm going to put as white, and as the bearish candlestick I'm going to put as red. Okay, so it says orange red there. Let's get a deeper red. So there's a crimson there. Your line graph essentially is, if you change it to a line chart, it's going to be lime. That's not going to really appear well on a white background, so I'm going to change that to midnight blue. Same with volumes, if you're going to use volumes within that. Ask lines, stop lines, that's absolutely fine. Now you can see here the grid is still on. You can choose whether you want the grid on or not. If we go over to the common tab here, we've got some different sort of options that you can choose from. So we've got chart and foreground, chart shift and chart auto scroll there. I'll come on to those in a second. You can change your different types of chart types here: bar chart, candlesticks and line chart. I've got this set as show open, high, low and close. You can add the show ask line if you really want to. Show period separators, so that are these are the dotted lines, and they would just show you when the day ends and when the day starts, depending on the time frame you are on. If you're on a daily chart, it will show you the month. If you're on a 4-hour chart, it will show you the week, hourly, and below it will show you the day. You can see it says show volumes, things like that. I'm just going to turn off show grid. Okay, now if I come back to this area here, it won't change anything, but if you do come up into this and click none, it will. So I'm going to click OK, and you can see this is our chart now. Now what I'm going to do is, I don't really want these indicators on the chart, so I'm going to right click and it says indicators list. I'm going to select that. I'm going to bring this over, and what I'm going to do is select each indicator, and I'm going to delete that off the chart. Okay, so now we're looking a little bit better here. I can see I've got a clear sort of market here, and I've got the a nice clean background. So let's say we want to sort of save this now. This is the sort of chart that we want to use. Maybe let's just add a indicator. So let's go insert indicators. Let's just bring up a moving average, let's say. So let's say we want a 50 moving average on the screen. I'll have it as an exponential. I can come to the visualization to show what sort of time frames I want it on, but in the parameters here I'm just going to make it a little bit thicker and click OK. So I've got a 50 moving average on the chart as well, so we can add our indicators here as well. All you need to do is go to insert indicators, and you have a list of indicators that you can choose from within this area. Okay, now one thing I want to do is save this then, so I'm going to right click and I'm coming to template first. Okay, I don't want to save the profile just yet because we haven't changed any of the other charts, so I'm going to click save template. It should bring up a little box here where you want to be looking at your sort of save areas. Now if you want it at the top of the list, just put a 0_ first, and I'm just going to put test and then click save. So the next thing we want to do is come over to the next chart. So we've got the EUR/AUD chart here. I'm going to right click, come to template, click onto 0 test, and it will load the information the same. Again, I'm going to do template 0 test, and I'm just going to do this on all of our charts here, because what I want to do is save this profile as euro currency pairs. Okay, so here we go. So I've got all of them now. You can see if I go onto every single one of those, they have all remained with that same the same properties there. So what I want to do now is come back to that profiles area, click the drop down button, and it says save profile as. So I'm going to enter a new profile name here. So the enter, I'm just going to put euro pairs. Okay, and I'm going to click OK. Now, whenever time we come to this area now, we can see where the profile that we're on. So if you look at the bottom here, it says current profile, click to open list. So I can also click down here as well to get the profiles. So let's go back to the British pound one. It'll open the British pound one. And let me go back to euro pairs. It'll open all those euro pairs. So like I said, if you don't want to have every single chart open, let's say that from a trading strategy point of view, you only want certain pairs as well. You can just put those certain pairs in a profile and then save that profile. You can always come back to it whenever you need to. So that's how we've just to recap so far. We've gone to Blueberry Market's website. We've opened a trading account. We have logged in. We have downloaded the Metatrader 4 platform. We have opened the Metatrader 4 platform. We've looked at where your toolbar is, your market watches, and your terminal, and we have changed the properties of the chart so far. Okay, so some other things and other factors that we can highlight then. First of all, let's check out what else we have on our toolbar. We're going to go from right to left here. You can see here we have our time frame. So if I want to go to a monthly chart, this is the monthly chart. Weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, we go all the way to the minute. Now, if you want to customize this, you can right click, go to customize, and they'll, depending on if you want anything taken away, let's say you don't really like the minute chart being up there, you can remove that and it will remove it from the toolbar up here. Let's say you don't really want to be tempted to go down to sort of the 5-minute time frame or even the 15-minute time frame. You can remove those from the toolbar and click close, and that will stay like that. If you want them back, just come into customize and then hit each one of these back. You'll see that it changes the direction of where they are. What all you need to do is click on them and drag them. Okay, you can click on them and drag them up to the appropriate position, and you can see it's changed round on your toolbar here. Okay, other things that we've got, so we've got arrows. So this is where we can kind of add different things to the chart. So if we go and put an arrow on the chart, you can see there there's a little arrow. Let's say you know, you've got short in here and you just want to notify where a good place to get short was. To kind of change any properties of that, just go to arrow, properties, so right click on it, sorry, and click on properties. Here you can change the size. So parameters is just where it's positioned on the chart. Time frames, you can change it. So let's say you don't want to show it on a monthly, for instance, you can just click this and turn the ones that you want on, or you just click show all time frames. Here, if we change the sort of thickness of the arrow, it will get bigger. Okay, so once you've done that, you can click on that and double click to select it, double click to deselect it. Okay, so other things on the toolbar as well, we can add text to the chart. So you can hear it says name and label. First things first, you want to change the label area. Label name doesn't do anything. So if you were to change anything like that, it doesn't do anything. However, you need to change the text. So let's say euro short. Here you can change the sort of size as well as the color of the text, as well as the sort of font if you wish to do so. So you can click on OK, and you can see again, double click to select. And once you can see these kind of little box that appears, just double click that to deselect as well. So that's how we can kind of look at those. You've got other things as well. So draw text, we've got Fibonacci retracement tools. Now I've changed the background to white, so it comes up yellow as default. Again, double click the dotted line on this, go to Fibo properties, and we can change this. Now the style here is just that line there. I'm going to change that to black, and then the Fibo levels, or the Fibonacci levels, are within this area here. This is where you can kind of take them off, so don't really need these ones, for instance, or you can kind of add to it. Now I'm going to change this to sort of like a steel blue color and just click OK, and you can see there this is the Fibonacci. Now you can drag the lines around. If you click the middle sort of box, you can drag the whole thing around, but let's say I wanted to go from sort of this low in here to this high, okay, and then double click to deselect, and there you've got your Fibonacci retracement tool. The one thing that you are going to want to do is either add some tools here and take them away. What I'm going to do first is just kind of go on to how you can use a horizontal line. So you can add the horizontal line. Obviously, if you want to change the properties of that, again, just right click, go into the properties. I don't particularly like that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the dotted line here and have that as a dotted line. Trend lines as well, they're going to appear as rays. If you don't like the ray option, you can change that. Again, I'm just going to change the color of this. I'm going to make it a dotted line, and I'm going to go to parameters. It says ray. If you untick that and click OK, you can see the ray function has now gone from that. Again, we've got the 3 circled boxes here. All we need to do is kind of drag this around. Let's say we like that sort of trend line from here to sort of that low, and I can see, look, price has broken it. Whatever you want to sort of use it for, you can use them as support and resistances and things like that. If you do want the ray tool on, ray tools are very helpful if you are trying to look at connecting lows together like this. You can see that it works exactly the same. Just depends on how you want to potentially use that tool. So let's customize this little area then. I'm just going to go right click, go to customize. The reason being is because I don't particularly need everything. So tools that I want to use. So rectangles, use rectangles all the time. Ellipses we can use, but I don't really use anything else other than those. Obviously, feel free to have what you would like on there. So you can see now the rectangles here. Now the rectangle is going to come up really weird. It's like a big block of color. I don't think that's particularly helpful, because if I was to highlight it over the candlesticks there, it can be a little bit sort of confusing. So again, to select it, double click, you get these little boxes. The middle box will allow you to drag it around. The other boxes will allow you to sort of manipulate the rectangle. I'm just going to right click, rectangle properties, and it says draw object as background. You want to untick that. I'm going to click OK, and it doesn't fill the box. So I like that because I like to draw zones within the market. So let's say that high there would be a point of interest. I like to draw zones, so I can leave it like that. We can change the thickness of it as well. So if you want it a little bit thicker, that's absolutely fine, so you can see it on as your background. So that's mainly the toolbars for your drawing tools and things like that. That would be all I would say is worth adding. Obviously, you can have a little play around yourself. Going on to some other bits then. So we have this here, which is just templates again. So you know that we saved the template from before. Here are periods. So that's just your time frames in there. Here are your sort of indicators. Now we have the auto scroll feature. So with these selected, if you try and drag back the chart, you'll see that it's preventing me from dragging that back, okay? That's because you've got these 2 icons selected. So the first one is scroll the chart to the end on tick incoming. So if I untick that and try and go back, it will stop the sort of pushback of that. If you wanted to sort of not have your chart here and have it more closer to price, just untick this one as well. And what this one does, it shifts the chart to the end next to the border. Okay, so that's what it's doing at that point. But if you want to be able to scroll back and have a little look what's happening in the past, then what you can do is untick this one, which looks like a little graph with a little green arrow on it. Once you've done that, you can scroll back and forth as you please. So yeah, that's how I would go about doing that. The next one is arranging windows. So this is quite good if you wanted to look at the sort of Euro complex altogether. Let's say that you were interested in seeing how the Euro performs, then you can just have your Euro tabs open here like so. To get out of that, you can't click the same button again. It doesn't allow you to then just go back to the normal setting. You have to maximize a chart again. So that's how you can do that there. Here we have zoom in, zoom out, very self-explanatory. Zoom in and zoom out. Line chart is what we talked about before, so you can look at your line chart, then you've got your candlestick chart and your bar chart in there. You've got something called auto trading here. Enable auto trading is when you're kind of using sort of custom made sort of indicators or expert advisors. You'll probably need that ticked. So just to kind of recap that little area, that's your sort of toolbar area. Obviously, we have different things as well that you can look at in your toolbar. So if we go to File, you have your sort of open trade account areas and things like that. View is where you kind of go to pretty much everything. Insert is more to do with your indicators. Charts, again, it's kind of everything that you've already got on your toolbar there. The only one that you might want to go into is Tools and Options. The reason being is because this kind of gives you your account information, but I like it for the notifications. So this will be able to sort of communicate with the app on your phone. So if you had Metatrader 4 downloaded on your phone, you can just add the, you just basically come here, enable push notifications. If you go into your mobile app, if you go into notifications on that, there is an ID number, MetaQuotes ID. All you need to do is add that into there, click text, and once you add an alert onto the chart, it will send you a notification when that alert has been hit. The only downside to Metatrader really is the fact that Metatrader needs to remain open to send you the alert. Okay, so that's just something you need to take into consideration if you are going to use alerts through Metatrader. But you've got other different things that you can look at on here as well. So what else can we talk about? I think the next thing we need to talk about is maybe setting those alerts, maybe setting some trades. Okay, so let's go on to right click. The easiest way I find to set an alert is by going to this trading tab here and clicking on alert. Now you'll see on the right hand side there is almost like a dotted arrow pointing at that price. Okay, now you can modify this by double clicking onto it and it says alert editor. Now this is where you can kind of add it to your notifications and things like that. So what I mean by that is you can see that I've got enabled the action. If I click on that drop down menu here, I can select notification rather than an sound. So if it was open, you'd get a sound and it would just kind of like chime like a bell if that alert has been hit. But if I select notification and I'm away from the charts, I'll get a notification on my Metatrader app on my phone. Okay, and again you can kind of type in notes to give yourself a suggestion of what that is, what the symbol is, and the condition, whether you want it on the bid, the ask, or a certain time. Expiration, pretty self-explanatory as well. So you have all the things there. You can drag this, so if you don't want it at a particular point, you can drag it up and down. Just be aware that if you go below price, because I've set this alert above price, if I was to go below it, it would kind of turn the alert off essentially. So you need to set a separate alert. The way I find this easiest to do, like I said, if I right click as well, I can delete those. But let's say I'm looking at price to come back to this high. You can use your crosshair up here, so that brings this on here, or what I do as a shortcut is press the middle of my mouse, and once I do that I can kind of line it up with that area here, right click, there we go, trade in, go to alert, and it will set the alert at the price that I want it to set an alert price at. So how do we set an order? Let's say we want to get short in this market. Now there are different ways to do it. You can see at the top left hand of the chart there is a sell and buy button. That is the one click trading tab. Okay, so if I was to click that, it wouldn't do anything initially because I need to accept this disclaimer here on one click trading. Okay, but if I was to click sell or buy here, so if I just click sell for instance, you can see that a sell has been opened. You can see on the trade tab here, let me just expand this up a little bit, that I've entered a position in the market. It was a sell. This position size was 1. That's my volume size, symbol, price, and you can say that I haven't got a stop loss in at the moment. So let's say I've entered the trade live and I want to add a stop loss to this. All I need to do is click and drag above the entry. Now if I was to do it below the entry, it would be a take profit. Okay, now look on the left hand side here very carefully. You can see that it says SLTP. So TP is obviously take profit, and if I hover over that line, it tells me in US dollars or your sort of deposit currency what that will be. in pips as well. So it's saying that it's going to be a 5 pip reward for $59. Okay, so if I go to the bottom here, it's telling me that it's going to be 10 pips for $103. Let's say I want to put my stop loss above that candlestick high there, and it's giving me sort of 14. So let's say we want it to come back to the mean average or something for a better risk reward. That's one way we can do it. Now, to cancel this trade, very, very simple. You can either exit over here, okay, or you can right click on the order and you can choose to close or modify it. Okay, so if I click modify, it will come up here. Okay, and you've got different options when you modify an order. If I want to get rid of this, just come down here, click X, you can exit off. Again, if you want to buy it, just click buy, it will do the exact same thing. If you want to set a sell stop or sell limit order, so let's say I've got my alert up here, I want to get short at this point. The easiest way to do it is we click new order, we get this tab up here. Now you want to come to type, change market execution to pending order, and then under pending order you can see I've got all this drop down menu listed here as well. So I've got buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. I'm going to put a sell limit in. Now whilst you kind of have that up, you can set your crosshair in the background, and I want to set it at 1.0890. so I'm going to come up to at price 1.0890. again, I can double check that by going up there. That is absolutely fine. Stop loss, let's say I want a 20 pip stop loss on that. So my stop loss is going to be 1.0910. Okay, so to kind of check that, you can go up into that area there. Take profit, we're going to go for sort of down by that moving average, let's just say. So let's say 1.850 really, 1.0850, and we're going to click place. Okay, and I'm just going to drag the thing over here, the sort of toolbar on the right hand side, the sort of chart area. Okay, the reason being that allows us to sort of pinch in the sort of chart. If I go to the bottom here and go left to right, it also zooms in, zooms out for us as well. Okay, so what I'm essentially looking for here is for price to rally into this resistance level and then continue to trade to the downside. That's what I'm kind of looking at for this trade. So that is how you can use Metatrader 4. So I've showed you in this video how you download it, how you log into your trading account, where you can find the markets to trade, where you can find your account balance, how to set up your charts with profiles and properties, and how you can make trades. So hopefully you enjoyed that tutorial. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you soon.